We did it. We actually did it.
Seconds remaining. Blues have won it. The series has been won by the Blues.
Well, it certainly wasn't pretty. But New South Wales are the State of Origin champions! Now, I would have preferred if they could have done it a little bit more convincingly, made it a little bit less stressful than what it was. But let's be honest, where's the fun in that? What a fantastic game. That was one of the best games I've ever seen. A part of me wants to say that's a bit of an exaggeration, but then another part of me says, no, that like legitimately was one of the best games I've ever seen. It had drama, it had excitement, it had a good attack, it had good defence. It really had everything you could want in a game of footy. And I genuinely think that even if Queensland had won that game, I feel like I still would be saying the same thing. Now, first off, I've got to say Queensland, great performance. Definitely much better than game one. In fact, despite what the score said, I do think Queensland were probably the better team of the first half. But I think that's a testament to the New South Wales team, the fact that I think Queensland played so well, but still were in the lead at halftime. I feel like that's something that I'm used to have happening to New South Wales. Like, I feel like there's been plenty of times where New South Wales have had a really good first half or a really good second half, and you thought, like, surely, like, they'd be in front. But they'd either be in front by like 2 points or they'd be behind, just due to the fact that how good Thurston and Cameron Smith and all that are. Like, we'd have one of the best performances and still not be able to put Queensland away. The first 15-20 minutes by Queensland was unbelievable. They started off like a house on fire. New South Wales kept making bad errors in bad field position, which just kept inviting Queensland into pile on more pressure, and that's exactly what they did. When Gagai crossed in the corner, straight off the scrum, I thought for sure he had scored, although it was found that Addo Carr did enough to get his foot out. Also, he was kind of bobbling the ball, so in the end, Addo Carr did a fantastic job. That would only delay the first try a few minutes, but as Valentine Holmes would cross in the other corner. It was a pretty easy try. It was 3-on-3, and Tom Trbojevic came in on English when he didn't need to. He had to trust James Roberts to be able to handle him. I mean, I know James Roberts might have struggled there, but you just got to back him, and it left Valentine Holmes open to just cross over virtually untouched. And then not too far later, Gagai would cross in the corner as they took advantage of a bad miss by James Maloney. It wasn't like necessarily a bad miss, but he went for the wrong player and he left them short on that side. And Gagai, he's a great player, he's a great finisher. He was unlucky to miss out the first time, and the second time he burned Addo Carr. So great job from Gagai. There we go, I finally said it. So at this point, we're 10 points down. Billy Slater's killing it. He made a world of difference. I talked him up previously saying he was going to be a big difference for Queensland. I didn't even realise it was going to be this much of a difference. But Queensland, they came out firing and I thought, ooh, New South Wales are in trouble. But then the momentum shifted, as it does in Origin, as New South Wales hit back. It was pretty much the first time we attacked the Queensland line, and we found ourselves on the 5th tackle. James Maloney threw a bullet pass out to Addo Carr, and Addo Carr, he did the rest. He got over, he crossed over for a 4-pointer, and Maloney kicked the goal as well, which would, in the end, the conversions were very key, in my opinion, to winning this game. Now, I don't think it was the set directly after it, but the very next chance we had at attacking the Queensland line, we ended up scoring. Well, kind of. Now, this is where there's been a little bit of controversy. Queensland fans are obviously going to say that this wasn't a penalty try. New South Wales fans are going to say it was a penalty try. I personally think it was a penalty try. I know the rule is you got to say that 100% would have scored that. I think the way the ball just, like, they put in a grubber if you haven't seen it, and then the ball bounces up perfectly where Boyd Cordner would have been had he not been taken out. And Boyd Cordner's, he's pretty quick. They can say Will Chambers would have got there, but there's no way Will Chambers was getting there first. And that's how the referee saw it, as they gave it a penalty try. Now, because it was a penalty try, Ben Hunt ended up staying on the field. He was the one who took down Cordner. If it had been a no try, Ben Hunt would have been sin bin, so who knows what would have happened. New South Wales could have scored a few tries. Also, what was interesting was the fact that Kalyn Ponga came on while they had the lead, and as soon as he came on, I felt that's when the momentum sort of shifted. Immediately gave away a few penalties and stuff. I'm not saying it was directly his fault, but I'm just saying, like, it just happened. It was probably just a coincidence that the momentum sort of shifted, but he would come into his own in the second half. Speaking of the second half, both teams started pretty well. Both teams looked like they could score at any time, but New South Wales would be the first to strike. I'm pretty sure this time it was the 5th tackle again, and Damien Cook would get the ball out to Tedesco, who would get the ball to Latrell Mitchell from like a few metres out, and he just powered his way over Will Chambers and slammed the ball down for a try. Maloney would then kick the goal, and I was thinking, as a New South Wales supporter, I was thinking, sweet, we're done. Like, this game is over. We're going to go on with this. So just when you thought everything was sweet for New South Wales, Latrell Mitchell will come up with a bad error, and Queensland would take advantage of it as they go over with Will Chambers. Now, with having so many youngsters in the team and having so many exciting players like Latrell Mitchell and Addo Carr and that, you got to take the good with the bad. They're going to produce some amazing things, maybe not so amazing things. This time didn't really work out for us, but hey, they had a good game up to that point. So Queensland were back in it, and a few minutes later, Kalyn Ponga stepped up and he went straight through the line. I don't know who he went through, but he just made them look silly. He went through, and you're thinking, try for all money. I can't believe this. Queensland are going to win. They're going to do exactly what Queensland does best. They're going to steal this one. But no, James Tedesco and Josh Addo Carr had different thoughts. They made the tackle. They saved the day for New South Wales. The only problem with that tackle was that there was a few tackles left in the set, and a few tackles later, Queensland would put through a little grubber, and much like in the first half when New South Wales got the penalty try, there would be a professional foul. This time, you can say for sure that Queensland probably weren't going to get to it, but James Roberts, he had no reason to do it, and he just pulled down the opposition player. It was a dumb penalty and definitely deserved to get sin-binned. So that left New South Wales to not only defend their line, but defend for pretty much the rest of the game with 12 men. And boy oh boy did they step up, and boy oh boy did Ben Hunt choke. You have a set on the New South Wales line, they're down a player, what do? You pass it to Ben Hunt and he kicks on the third and kicks it dead. Stupid. That was probably the last time Queensland really threatened the New South Wales line. They did make a few breaks, and boy Cordner, he got absolutely smashed. He got himself in a bad position on Dylan Napa, and I'm going to say he got knocked out. He didn't, maybe not like straight up knocked out, but he was all over the shop. He got taken off. So at this point, you're still thinking, oh my god, Queensland are going to do this. Like, everything's going wrong for New South Wales. We're down a man. Our captain's just got knocked the hell out. Like, what more can go wrong? But Nathan Cleary stepped up. Queensland did make a break. Nathan Cleary came across, cover tackle, like one of the best cover tackles I've ever seen. And New South Wales hung on for victory. I think what's disappointing for a Queensland fan is, although, you know, Callum Ponga was amazing, Billy Slater was great, a lot of the other, and well, Greg Inglis was also good, but a lot of the veteran players didn't really stand up. I'm going to say, like, Will Chambers still didn't play that great again. Even Ben Hunt, someone who's played for Australia and all that sort of stuff, under pressure, he just doesn't come up with the right moves. Even Cameron Munster didn't step up. Like, when you've got 12 players, and this is what Thurston said, when you got 12 players, those halves needed to take over and just keep going to where James Roberts would have been, and they stopped doing it. New South Wales defended fantastically. I'm so proud of the boys, but questions got to be asked of Queensland. Like, that was Queensland's game to lose in the end. I know they'll chase some points in under pressure, but come on, man, you're attacking the line. The opposition's got 12 players, and you're putting in grubbers on the third tackle. I just don't get it. But as a New South Wales supporter, I'll take it. So let's talk a few standouts for both sides. I'm going to start off with Boyd Cordner. I thought he was really, really good up until he got knocked out and got taken off, but he was very, very strong. I guess he has a try under his belly, even though he didn't actually score it, but I guess he gets listed to him. But I thought he had a very, very good game. I thought Jack de Belin was very good. Great defense. A lot of the players defended quite well. Even when you look at players like Latrell Mitchell and that, they did some good stuff, but they also did some bad stuff, which led to conceding tries and that. But I know I thought Tedesco was pretty good. I'm saying they're pretty good for a lot of players. I mean, they won the game. But Tedesco, though he didn't score a try or like make line breaks or whatever, he was there every time we needed him in defence. So he just seemed to be getting himself in the right spots. And for Queensland, you look no further than Billy Slater. He was their best player, I think. And Callum Ponga was very, very good. For someone who didn't even have a position, really, he just got thrown on. And he played from, I think, like the 25th minute onwards. And he was so, so good. And you know he's going to be a star of the future just based off that game. You're like, if you watched him last night and thought, yeah, this guy's alright, like, you got rocks in your head. This dude's going to be a superstar. In fact, he already is a superstar, let's be honest. I just thought it was funny that after the game, usually when they talk to the rookies, the players playing their first game, they go, oh man, like, this so fast, and I'm so tired, and oh, it was the hardest game of footy I've ever played. And they talk to Callum Ponga, and he's like, yeah, it was, you know, it was pretty fast, and I don't know, it was alright. Like, he was just so calm. It was just like another game to him. But overall, what a game of football. You can't ask for more, like I said earlier. I'm just so happy New South Wales won. Anyway, guys, I think that's where I'll wrap up the video. Make sure you leave in the comment section below, what did you think of last night's game? Also, while you're at it, you may as well go leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Also, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. It's on the screen right now. It's Mr. Luke on my tee. So that's the end of this video. Tomorrow, I have my live reaction to the game as it happened. I recorded it, and, you know, I was recording my reaction, so I'm pretty happy to be uploading that one, considering my past live reactions have been of Queensland winning the series. So it'll be interesting to see how that video turns out. Righto, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.